Hey, what's going on, everybody? How's everybody doing? I know you guys, some of you guys, grow season's coming to the end. Hope you guys had a lot of good pods. Mine had a rough summer, but I still got a chance to get some stuff growing. Tonight is coming from a guy on Facebook I met, another chili head who sent me this pod. He heard about how I ate the red one and kind of liked it. His name is Jimmy Sweet, real cool guy. I think he's a magician. And this is actually a Texas night. I'll tell you why in a second. Hold on. I'm going to read some of this information on the red variation, where of course this came from. 7-Pot Wes. There's a guy named Wes Lane on Facebook too. He's a friend of mine on Facebook. He's a really awesome grower, man. You got to see some of his pictures and the pods he has. I'll get to that in another minute. But let's just look at this. 7-Pot Wes. Capsicum Chinense. Last year in 2013, had some 7-pot burgundy growing, which are smooth. One plant had mean bumpy pods, so I saved the seeds and grew out this year. The plants made bumpy pods again, but now we're just red and huge. I could not call it a 7-pot burgundy anymore. I shared the plants with a few friends. One of them was an expert grower named Wes Lane from Texas. I told him I was not going to grow anymore. Wasn't going to grow anymore. He said they were one of the tastiest 7-pots he had ever had. He said I should grow every year. I should grow them every year. So I could not call them 7-pot burgundy anymore. And I decided to since Wes loved them. Since Wes loved them, I would name them after him. That's how the 7-Pot Wes got its name. They have extreme 7-pot heat with nice fruity flavor and sometimes produces peppers bigger than a 7-pot Jonah. The 7-Pot West chili plants grow up to 4 feet tall. The Jonah is a big pod, as you would know. But also, this was information. These are pages that Jim Duffy sent to me from Fighting Fire Chilies to do reviews from. As you can see, I already highlighted it and X'd it, so I did it already. But I wanted to just read you guys that information so you know what the 7-Pot West is and know a little bit about the history. That's what a review is all about, and everybody wants to know stuff, right? I do. All right. This is a Buchalokia Yellow. I'm not going to eat this one this time. I'm really not a fan of the Buchalokia, but I got to say, I did grow these last year in a couple plants, and they did pretty well. A lot of mine came this size. Of course, everything's bigger in Texas. That's where Jimmy Sweet's from as well. He's from Texas. So anyway, but I had a lot of them this size and smaller. And what we got here, this is the 7-Pot West Yellow. Big boys, man. I mean, that's big. Compared to, that's a regular size knife. I mean, even me, I got good sized hands. You can see that's pretty big. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pick one. And again, what I was going to say about Wes Lane, this guy's an animal. All of his paws seem to look this big, man. I don't know. It's him. Stephen McLaughlin, I don't know how to say his name, Stephen Stand By and Fire, as you know him on Facebook. Even Duffy, Curry, man, these guys just get these big fat pods, man. Anyway. But I think I'm going to go with this guy here. It seems like it's a little longer. This seems like it's got more flesh in it. All right. So this seems like it might be crunchier. I don't know, guys. Wish you guys can actually just chime in and tell me which one to eat. But they're almost the same size. We're going to just do this. This is the guy. Whoa. Medium high heat right in the tongue right off the bat. Definitely tastes to me like a 7-pot. I do like it better than the red. That's usually the case though. But the red's going to be hotter. So If I was to pick one, if I was to pick only one of them, it would be the red. Because I do a lot more cooking with fire. So, got to go with the red. But these, we put sometimes yellows in it, but my wife loves to eat these with her food. She'll just, have a couple bites of her food, a couple fork spoons, and then she'll take a bite. She loves the yellows for that. But if you're a grower, you gotta grow both, man. It's really nice flavor, and you can see the size. Even the Red West was a big boy like this too. Uh-oh. It's going into my throat. And that's a little unusual for a yellow. I'll be honest with you. It creeped up. I was just talking. I thought it was going to be all right and not go, but it did. It's actually going into my throat some. The intense burn on my tongue is kind of gone, but all around my mouth. But sometimes it may be a numbing thing. But all around my mouth is burning, and my throat has a burn to it. When I breathe, it's not hurting bad, like say a reaper or something. But I'm going to be straight up honest with you, man. I think this thing is almost as hot as the red, man. Let's just say on a scale, if the red's a 10, this guy's probably an 8.5. Pushing a 9. But I'll say an 8.5. That's pretty good. It's being a red and an orange. It's coming down into the chest. Saliva glands kicking in a little bit, but yeah, man, it's pretty hot pepper, man. Thanks a lot, Jimmy. I really appreciate it. Wes, good call on keeping this pod going, brother. I'm sweating a little bit. You see my forehead? My bald old forehead. I appreciate Texas tonight. Anyway, I appreciate you guys watching. It's still a nice little burn going on. Not going to bore you, just keep by watching. But it's going down. I'm going to feel that burn all the way down, man. It's going. Well, I appreciate all you guys watching, man. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't. All right, when I do talk, it's actually burning. This is actually more of a 7-pot burn than a yellow pod. This might be the hottest yellow pod I've ever eaten. It's safe to say. That's a good one. I know some guys like Smoking James Wyatt, and Sean Clemmer over there in Alaska. They'd probably get a kick out of this pod. Well, I really appreciate it, man. I'm actually sweating pretty good. Little sniffles. Definitely 7. That's definitely a super hot heat, man. I really appreciate that, man. I didn't think it was going to creep up on me like that. At first when it hit, I was like, wow, that's hot. And then it started kind of chilling. And then it started hitting my throat and burning. Now I just got a nice smooth burn. Well, man, I appreciate it, guys. Later.